Hello, this is Lucas Palmeira from Imaginando, and I'm here to give you a ride onto our newest upcoming app called BAM, which will be coming out on the 6th of November. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we got here our BAM open on the default patch, so we can start doing something from scratch. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go to our browser and our factory sound bank and grab a kick from our drums. So drums, kick, electronic, and I'm gonna get a kick that I like called Solar here. And I'm just gonna drop it here. And we have already opened a sampler with our kick loaded in. So now I can go to our step sequencer here on the timeline, press some notes. I can do it like this. I can also have our smart key like this and repaint it. So now I can just start it off. And we have our kick. I'm going to change the tempo to 125. Sorry. And on the second channel, I'm going to open up our analog modeled hi-hat. Here we have it. And I'm going to put some notes, change it to closed, drop the decay a little bit. And let's double this. Yes, let's double this. And I'm gonna do actually the same for the kick. I'm gonna automate this hi-hat a little bit so we have a little bit of groove going on. Increase the decay here on these ones. And now for the third channel, I'm going to open up a snare, going back to the factory snare, and I'm going to use the acoustic. I'm going to get a supersonic snare. Here I have it. And okay, drop the volume a little bit. And since I'm on the mixer page, here we have the page, the matrix page where we have all the clips and our launch scenes. I'm gonna actually duplicate this already. Here we have the timeline with our step sequencer. Here we have our modulations, our composer with a piano roll, and our mixer. When we choose the master track on the mixer, we can add some effects to the master chain as well as the effects on the two send and returns. So now I'm gonna load up a reverb on our send. I'm gonna give some send to the reverb. And now I just want to hear the reverb so we can tune it. Drop the early reflections to 25. Raise the shape to something more like a room and less like a hall. And drop the decay. I like it, but it's a little bit dark. So I'm going to use a parametric equalizer to equalize our reverb. So I'm giving it a high shelf and cutting it below about 200 Hertz. Better. I'm going to change the modulation a little bit so we get a little bit less ringing. Okay. Now a little bit on the hi-hat as well. And now for the first channel, for the fourth channel, I'm gonna put the second scene playing. For the first channel, I'm gonna open up an audio unit called DRC, which is our flagship subtractive synthesizer. And I'm going to do a bass line for here. Gonna drop. Okay, here. Okay. Let's tune it. Little bit of reverb as well. I want to increase the sentence of this bass. I think I still want it bigger. So now something like this. So now we have our bass. I'm gonna duplicate again this scene. And let's do some percussions here on the fifth channel, and I'm going to open up a sampler here. And now we're going to our samples to perk low, and let's get some congas and some things here. Okay, I want this one. I want all of these ones. Here on the pool, you can always check what you did load. Okay, I think I have enough. And now I'm gonna show you something that you can do with the sampler, because you can play more than one sample on one sampler. You just can't play them at the same time. So now what I'm gonna do is record a little bit of some groove here. Go to the sample, it's playing the first sample, but now if I change it, let me just drop the volume. And now we go to the modulations, we learn the sample parameter on the sample, and we can now it's a groove. I'm gonna give it a little bit of reverb as well. Now I'm gonna duplicate this again. And now do some pads here. And for that, I'm gonna open up... Actually, first, I'm gonna open up a drum synth, which is a really good drum synthesizer, which you can make any kind of drums in it. Remember to check here on the pool, on the browser. You can always go to presets and engines and see the whole load of presets that you have for this machine, from kicks to toms to everything. But right now I'm gonna do something from scratch on it. So I'm gonna write some notes here. And I'm gonna increase the pitch modulation. Drop the volume a little bit. Already grooving. Gonna drop the notes a little bit. I can go here to the trigger and change all the notes at the same time. Perhaps a little. Okay. And I'm gonna take a little bit out of the sub on here on this sound with this parametric equalizer. Perhaps increase a little bit of the pitch decay so it comes from a higher. A little bit of reverb. Okay, lower volume. I'm gonna duplicate this and let's make some pads. I'm gonna open up an oscillator. And let's make some notes. Okay. I think I'm gonna need 4 of this. Yeah. So the first chord I'm gonna make should be probably a minor chord on C, because that's actually the key that I'm playing on, probably. So okay, I'm gonna increase this. And here I'm gonna raise this one from G to G sharp, and let's see how it sounds like that. Yep. Go back to the oscillator and raise another oscillator. Detune them. I have here a overdrive saturation circuit that I'm gonna turn on. Just a little bit of grittiness. Gonna load up a chorus now. Okay. I'll give it some of that sweet reverb that we had before. I'm gonna actually increase high frequencies on the snare. Okay. Gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna open up a Hofmann here. So we have a little bit of acid to go along. And I'm gonna need about the same size as the keys, so I can put some notes there. Okay. Like this should be okay. Now I'm gonna learn the velocity because I want to use the accent of the Hofmann to give it a little bit of groove. Let's see how it sounds. Okay. Perhaps I'm gonna drop the octave of all of this. Did I go lower? Perhaps. Yeah, better. Take a little bit of the bass, since I already have a bass playing, with a parametric equalizer. Some reverb. Now I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna do a little progression automation here on the Hofmann. And for that we go here to the modulation, and I'm gonna learn the cutoff, and I can do a ramp like this. And another cool thing I can do is just, if I solo this Hofmann, you can hear that as soon as I open the cutoff frequency, it starts building up those high frequencies. So what I'm going to do is use the compressor to just compress only those frequencies. And for that we have here a high pass sidechain. I'm gonna compress this a lot. And I'm gonna compress it above 2000. And as you can see, it's already being really tight. Here, as you can see on this compressor, this style, if it if it's on 0, it's much more snappier than it is when you get it higher. It gives it a little bit more of an kind of optical feel if you have it higher. And as you can see right now, I'm just compressing frequencies above 1.45 kilohertz just to control those mad highs. And here on this pad, I'm gonna compress as well, but I'm gonna do some sidechain compression. So I'm gonna open up the compressor. I'm gonna choose the first track, which is the kick as our the sidechain source, and drop the threshold, open the ratio, and you can start hearing it. Now, a good advice is if you wanna get the kick snappier, since the low frequencies are what makes it really longer, you can turn on the sidechain high pass and go it up until you find that it's more snappy. You can also change the style for it to be faster. And this should be okay. Let's listen. Okay. And to finish this up, let's make this something that you can listen to with progression. So I'm gonna put here, let's do some follow actions, and let's have 4 bars. Perhaps it's too little here. I was putting them down and I want to do it here. So 4. Next. On the, if you just want to select a clip without playing it, you can use the shift button and select the clip. So let's try with 4 and I see if it works. Yeah, should be okay. I want 8 here. Okay, and I'm gonna put 8 until the end. All next, apart from the last one, which I'm going to make a stop. So I'm gonna stop this for now. Push it till the end. And now on the last one, let's put 8 and stop. So let's now listen to this. Well, I'll be fine-tuning a little bit of some things. So I'm gonna play on the first one. Okay. And now I'm gonna add here on the master a little bit of saturation, just a tiny bit. And an equalizer. Like this. And this was it, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this small demo of the possibilities of BAM. There is a lot more to cover, and we will make sure that when the app comes out, we will have loads of videos and loads of demos for you to check out and know everything about it. So for now, I will say goodbye and see you on the next video.